One of my fellow family, friends, and colleagues, this is your girl, Dr. Charity, aka the Queen of Divas, and I'm here to give you your weekly encouragement on today. Well, on this beautiful spring light, gorgeous day that we are having for the beloved Mother's Day. On today, I hope and wish and pray that everybody is loving and embracing and appreciating your mother, if not the legacy of your mother. For that does carry a significant meaning in your life. Believe it or not, that mother has a strong significance in your life. I know mine do. So today is the day. If you are not appreciating her physically, appreciate the legacy that she has left, impacting your life. And today, I hope and pray and wish that everybody is tapping into it. Tapping into what they are needed and what is necessary from their behalf to do to obtain and gain what they so right desire and what they deserve. Because as I'm gonna keep saying, you're not waiting on it. It is waiting on you. It's up to you to decide, what must I do? What will I do? Am I going to sit here and just sit back and let time pass me by? Or am I going to get in there and act? Am I going to put the pedal to the metal and go forward, regardless of what may be on the inside, turmoiling and traumatizing me? I love to use the lovely phrase that came from A Beautiful Mind. If anybody knows, as you all know, I'm a psychology major, so I love anything about medicine and music. So, A Beautiful Mind told the story of a great mathematician by the name of John Nash, who suffered from a serious psychological disorder known as paranoid schizophrenia. And in the movie, when a man played him to one of those games, he betted him on a game. He told him in response, out of a smart aleck response, I'm terrified, mortified, petrified, stupefied by you. And that right there is what I'm talking about. If you're terrified and mortified like that, where you're scared to do anything, today is your day. I have something special because something's been laid in my heart to tell those who are tuning in today, who may be fighting and dealing with fear. Something told me that a lot of people are dealing with the trauma of fear. And that is why a lot of people are either scared to tap into or stalling once they begin to tap into it. Because it is that traumatization of fear. Well, if that is you today, do not feel alone. This weekly encouragement is for you. I know exactly how you feel. This is for you. I got a power motivational on today that is going to guide you, not just tell you, but guide you into how to rid yourself of this fear instead of succumbing to the fear. Because that's one thing you don't want to do. Succumbing to the fear means I'm settling for less than what I deserve. And I don't want nobody tuning in today to do that. Because you as an individual deserve the best, not less. God wants you to have the best, not less. There's no reason to succumb. I don't care how strong the fear is when it comes along. There's no reason to succumb. So on today, I just want you to lend me a listening ear for those who are being traumatized by fear. I have an encouragement for you, a power motivational that is going to guide you into how to take care of that and come out on top. Now, today, if I had to give this weekly encouragement a title, it would be Disrupt the Fear. Something simple. Let it resonate. I'm going to say it again. Disrupt the fear. Well, what do you mean by disrupt the fear, Dr. Charity? I'm confused. You said if anybody was scared, okay, or traumatized or whatever. Well, now you're saying disrupt it. I don't get it. I'm glad you mentioned it. Disrupt the fear is going based off of something that I heard. Because a lot of us as human beings, including myself, are being traumatized by the fear in our lives. It is the fear that is holding us back, and we are allowing it to hold us back from obtaining what is rightfully ours. I'll give it this example. Last week, I tuned into a sermon from Pastor Bishop T.D. Jakes, and he was preaching about the blessings. And he mentioned something that stuck with me. He said, a lot of times we as human beings get traumatized in the past from past experiences. And so even though we are healed from it, we are still traumatized. And out of fear, we're still building up a wall. We're still defending ourselves even when we don't have no reason to. Because that's how strong the trauma is. That's how strong the fear is that whatever we just succeeded, we endured in the past, will come back again to haunt us. He said that's why the second husband always suffers for what the first husband did. It ain't because the wife doesn't want the husband. It ain't because she don't love him. It's because once you've been scarred one too many times, you put up a wall. You put up a wall. Every time he does something that even looks or gives a hint that it may be something that you've already suffered from another person in the past, you go into the defense mechanism. Let's go. And that's natural. That's what you call fear. But today I want to guide you into how to disrupt this fear. Because that same fear that I'm telling you and showing you about is what also can cause you to miss out on your destiny. You have to disrupt the fear. When you notice that this is not me just protecting myself in general, this is because I got hurt 10 years ago and I'm just scared to go forth anything new. You need to disrupt that fear. You need to disrupt that fear. You need to disrupt that fear. Well, what do you mean by disruptive fear? Endure it. Acknowledge that there's fear there and then endure through that fear. Tap into it and do whatever you need to do to endure through that fear. Acknowledge and say, you know what, I was hurt more than one time. That was me. I'm sorry. I really am having trouble with myself opening up this, just accepting what's going on. It's traumatizing to me because it looks just like what I came out of a few years ago. That's acknowledgement. Then you decide to endure. Enduring means I'm going to go through it. I'm going to slowly, it's not going to happen overnight, but I'm going to slowly tear down this wall. And I'm going to slowly let this destiny into my life and take the risk because God said that I deserve the best. And the best, as I've told you before, is on the other side. So today, the way to disrupt this fear is to endure. Endure it. Acknowledge and endure. And watch what happens. Because it's all going to work out in your favor. I understand on today, whoever's tuning in may be traumatized from the past. I'm on your side. But I want to tell you personally today. I want to speak to you personally. All you have to do is acknowledge that I am dealing with this traumatization, that I am dealing with this fear. Once you finally acknowledge that it is what it is, Then take it in to yourself and believe out of faith, out of courage that you're hearing on today, that I'm going to disrupt this fear. I'm going to endure it. I'm going to take the risk. And as Queen Esther said in the Bible, and if I perish, I perish. If I go down, I go down. It is what it is. I was promised the best, and therefore I am going to get the best. I'm going to get mine, and I'm not going down. I'm not suffering and settling for less just because of fear. I want to disrupt that fear. So if that's you today, do exactly what I'm guiding you to do. Acknowledge that there is traumatization and fear. Acknowledge it to a T. And then make up your mind today that I'm going in and I'm going to disrupt this fear. I'm going to tap into it with all my might. I'm going to take the risk that's necessary to get mine, because mine is waiting on me. And I deserve mine, and I want mine, and nobody else is going to leave with mine. That's what you do today. Take the faith and the encouragement that you're receiving today and disrupt that fear. Because guess what? There's greater lying for you, as I've said before. It's waiting on you. It's yours right now. So disrupt the fear. Don't let fear hold you hostage, because doing that only gives fear control over your destiny, and therefore you miss out. You don't want to do that. So today, disrupt the fear and go get what you rightfully deserve. Well, that's all that I have for you on today. But tune in next week for another weekly encouragement. Subscribe to Lady Superwoman at Lady Superwoman 999949 on YouTube for all of your weekly encouragements. And remember to disrupt the fear. Acknowledge that there's traumatization and fear in your life, and then confront it head on. Disrupt it. Tap into what's yours and take it down by faith and courage, because there's nothing else out there but greater. Go and get yours right now, because it's waiting on you. I love you. I will see you next week. Bye.